Hello everybody, it's BYG Agami back with another video, and today we got Speculation Sunday, which is usually called Fan Theory Friday, but since this is coming out on Sunday, I just had to think of a catchy name. So let's jump right into the first theory. It's by Victoria, and this theory is fairly long. It goes very in-depth, and I do like these type of theories. Victoria states, "Theory time, this is rather small and quick, but I think what Revolver was about to say when he said could Playmaker be is the same boy from 10 years ago. This is fully my speculation, but my guess from this is that Yusaku and Revolver may have been friends in their childhood and got the idea of three things from one and the same person. I personally do not think that Revolver was the one who gave Yusaku the three things shtick, but he did learn this from the same mystery guy who taught this to Yusaku. This may imply that both Yusaku and Revolver were raised up as kids by the same person in one and the same place, and were some sort of brothers to each other, not necessarily biological. It is also very possible that the person who raised them is in fact Dr. Kogami, and they are both his sons. And to add more to that, it is even possible that Kogami used his kids for some sort of experiment, probably to discover what is the trigger of free wills in humans and how to manipulate / recreate it. And Yusaku was actually the failed experiment material, while Revolver was the successful one. And when Kogami understood that he had no luck with Yusaku, he erased all of his memories so he would not be able to grow up with the memories of being experimented upon, and turned up Kogami to the government for illegal experiments on people and child abuse, and sent him up into the orphanage he later grew up in, while he kept Revolver to himself. What is the connection to Soul Tech then? Well, they are the ones who were in charge of the experiment all of the time. They ordered it to happen, and they were the ones to sponsor it. Dr. Kogami was once their employee, maybe even one of their lead scientists, until he betrayed them and ran away. And so, what was the experiment all about, you may ask? An experiment in creating the Cyverse, of course. Oh, and just to show how small the world is. So thank you for the theory, Victoria. I completely agree with a lot of the things you said. I do believe that Soul Technology were definitely a part of this whole creation of Cyverse, and maybe so. What I believe is that the government or something along those lines, whatever is in the world of VRAINS, was sort of catching on to what Soul Tech along with Kogami were doing. But I do believe that this is what Kogami did. So he was of course working on the experiment. He takes pride in it. He talks about in episode 7 how it's very similar to killing your own child when he talks about Ignis. So what I believe is Soul Tech knew that the government was after them. So they blame it all on Kogami. They're like, yeah, we found this dude, he was doing this, and that's the reason why they're after Soul Tech, because the chess pieces are very, very, very sneaky. They're snakes in the grass. And I believe that the chess pieces are definitely hiding something, that they play a huge part into this. And that could most likely explain the reason why Soul Tech was like, could that be? Maybe Revolver doesn't even know a lot about Soul Tech and it's just Kogami. He's probably hiding some information from his son as well. Because when Revolver actually meets Akira, he doesn't really have any vendetta against Soul Tech. He doesn't really have any hatred towards them. So I think Revolver doesn't know that much as well. And maybe that's where your portion of the theory comes in, which is that, you know, they were both experiments, Yusaku and Revolver, and maybe Kogami is still manipulating Revolver to a degree. Maybe he's just still using him so he could get his full pure body back, because from what we know, he is in some sort of machine, which is like some life support machine, which is just basically keeping him alive. And that's why we saw Revolver in episode 3 just look after him, just to make sure he's fully intact and he's actually living. So it's very interesting. These theories are very compelling as well. Now, regarding one other thing I really did like what you said was maybe Yusaku and Revolver were raised up as kids. Now, what I think is that, of course, Revolver is a little bit older than Yusaku. We can probably say, probably 3 years, which is still good enough in my opinion. But at the same time, we saw him in Cyverse. He was, 5 years before even Yusaku was 16. So Yusaku was 11 and Revolver still looked like an adult before the 5-year time skip happened. Or maybe that's just his VR character. But I would imagine Yusaku is a little bit younger than Revolver, but still you can sort of argue that they grew up around the same age gap, somewhere around there, probably less than a handful of years or maybe even more, though it's interesting. Thank you for the theory, Victoria. Please do comment your guys' theories down below. The other theory is by Peyton Paul. So I commented on one of my videos, what do you guys think about the data bank? Peyton Paul replies with, probably what happened 10 years ago at Soul Technologies, which will help Yusaku figure out what happened, but it won't be everything, for it will advance the plot too much in my opinion. I think that's very interesting because you can sort of tie in, and thank you for the theory, Payne. You can sort of tie in, that's the reason why Emma was very curious of the whole, she wants to figure out what happened 10 years ago, so maybe she talked with Soul Technology in the chess pieces, and they're like, here's some information regarding it, use it as bait for Playmaker, and of course she's getting paid, but there's some sort of curiosity built behind it. What I'm saying is that maybe she's dueling with Yusaku, but she also knows that there is something on the line, or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she goes in there with like some sort of knowledge about what the data bank holds, but that's when Kusanagi comes in. He does some sort of search or some sort of hack within the program. Of course, there's some sort of firewall protecting it, but he gets bits of information that there is info regarding what happened 10 years ago on him in his past, and I think that's a very good theory. Thank you for it, and let's move on to the final theory of this video, which is stated by Gamer Satsun. And Gamer states she probably wants the AI so she can draw the knights back to Soul Tech. Now, that's reasonable, and I also believe that that could be the case for why Emma is dueling. There's a lot at stake, but we still haven't seen the episode and what's going to be happening. So let's say, from what we know, right? From what we know is that Emma also gave the info to the chess pieces. She is a person that goes for the higher pay. Now, of course, she has morality to her. There's no question about that. But she's doing her job. She's going to who pays more. So if she does that, maybe she is getting tipped by the chess pieces, and the chess pieces are saying, yeah, you dual Playmaker, you get the AI, so we can draw back the Knights of Hanoi. Though what I believe is that she's going to come up short in that duel, and that's where Soul Technology is probably going to do their final act, which is create that flawless AI duelist. But still a very good theory. I do want to hear your guys' theories down in the comment section. Also, I want to say thank you, Gamer, for giving your theory, and I'm going to keep this video rolling. Initially, I recorded the ending, or well, rather the outro, but the duel was still going on. There's a minute left, and also, I believe that every time there is a duel shown in a video, there has to be a winner shown. Or, well, yeah, a winner shown and a loser shown. And you guys can probably tell by looking at the screen and by me typing up what I'm about to type up that it looks like I wasn't going to win the duel, which is the case. I mean, you know, I'm typing it up right now. I'm like, I can't see right now because I'm in Vegas. I'm just looking at my screen. It's sort of like a live commentary to a degree. I'm like, GG, man. Oh, yeah, had a lot of fun in this duel or something like that. It was really cool. It's kind of cool getting noticed on Yogo Pro, even though it's not that grand or something like that, but it's just somewhat cool. So, shouts out to Soul if you're watching this video. At this point, you know, he's summoning more monsters, but he could have defeated me at any given point he wanted to in his turn. Let's see, he summons that defense monster. He summons that monster in defense mode. And I can't even read the monsters. Like, that's how small the screen is in Sony Vegas right now. Though, I literally probably had like 20 seconds left. Yeah, as soon as I drop down 1,400 life points, I'm pretty sure. Is it? Yeah, 1,800 rather. Yeah, I just pressed enter because I knew I was going to lose. And that's about it. That was the duel. Yeah, I lost. So again, thank you, Soul, for having a cool duel with me. It was really awesome. And thank you, Gamer. Thank you, Payton, along with Victoria, for giving your guys' theories, for commenting your guys' theories. And hope you guys have a good day.